And we're off to the races, like I normally say. Boys and girls, children of all ages. Ladies and gentlemen, I am completely beside myself because tonight I have a wonderful, wonderful person who is a personality who will take your breath away, probably, if you've been on TikTok. And she's funny. And get this, when you watch some of her videos, they sink in pretty well. Like you just feel like, oh shit, it almost sounds like she really meant to say that. And they're funny, they're witty. I mean, she's fantastic lifestyle and content creator for TikTok and Instagram. And if you see her, you know who I'm talking about. Without further ado, let's please help me welcome Miss Jessi Sims, ladies and gentlemen. Hello there.
Hi.
Hey, greetings again.
Greetings.
I know. How do you feel?
I feel amazing, Jim. How do you feel?
Let me check. Hold on. Oh wait, I'm a little sweaty here. Just kidding. But otherwise we're doing well. I got it. It's 100 degrees out here. I live in Woodland Hills, so it's pretty hot out here. But thankfully, in the last couple of days, guys, it's been good. 86, 96. It's not too bad.
Yeah, it's been cooling off a little bit.
Yeah. You notice, but it's wild because during this time last year, we were cooking. I was being skewered right and left. I promise you, I couldn't even.
It's so funny. I've been checking the monthly weather because I'm like mentally preparing for the heat wave, and I don't see a heat wave like over 100. So hopefully we're skipping it this yeyear.
Hopefully, let's not bite our tongue. Okay, we don't know. We don't know quite yet. What's this? I'm discovering. Go ahead. Yeah, don't jinx it. Of course. I'm discovering you on TikTok. For anyone that hasn't seen you on TikTok, they're living under a rock. Let's just put it out there. Paying some. You are all over it. Your Instagram is crazy. There's one, like, you have videos that are like millions at one point, right? A couple million on Instagram. And then on TikTok, you have quite a group of people. See, TikTok is slightly different because it used to be, when I started with TikTok, get this, it used to be that I would shoot out, like, say, any soundbite, like maybe, okay, I'm gonna do my acting here. Let's see if I can attempt to act for you.
I'm excited.
Honey, what do you think you're doing? What? Are you getting my trousers again? You're being naughty today. You know what's gonna happen later, right? Something like that, to that effect. And then guess what?
What?
Thank you. Next thing you know, was like 200, 300, 400, 500, 600. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to win the lot. I felt like I was at a casino. I was trying to take it all in, and it was quickly moving. Holy shit. I was trying to make 10,000, 20,000. You remember that? And it would give you that instant celebrity status. I never dreamt in my wildest dreams that I would be that cool for a hot second. And then
you're cool, Jim.
Thank you. I appreciate you. So are you. You're awesome. How about that, Jessi? How about that?
I'm awesome.
You gotta say it with some conviction. I am awesome.
I am awesome.
There you go. We got the whole evening to work on this, okay? But
I'll get back to you.
Right. But every time you it used to be a long time ago. I think the algorithm changed somewhat, right? They altered it just a bit. Or how do you feel? Do you feel it's still like that? Because I find that when I do videos, granted, I haven't done videos in a while, it takes longer to get to like the 20,000, I feel. Like 10,000.
And to be honest, I didn't start consistently posting on TikTok until this year. I was an avid viewer in 2020 of TikTok, and I noticed that everything was going viral. It was insane. But since making the decision this year to be consistent with my content creation, I've noticed that you have to be like super consistent. Like I post 3 to 10 videos every single day.
No, you don't. 3 to 10?
3 to 10 lately a day. Like lately I've been having a lot of content. I've been doing a lot of events. So I've been like shooting those out, but like usually 3 to 5, 3 to 7, depending on my schedule, how creative I'm feeling that day. So, but definitely every day.
Okay, so you're from Missouri. You hailed
Yes.
from Missouri, and you come out to your transplant. You come out to LA and decide, you know what, we're just going to keep you. So you stay here.
Yeah.
How long ago was that? And can you tell me how you fell into this whole creating of content on TikTok and Instagram? How do you become a content creator?
I moved to LA in 2018, so I've been here for 7 years. How do I balance TikTok and Instagram? I usually do all of my creating within the TikTok app, and I do all of my editing within the TikTok app, and I post it there, and then I cross post it to my Instagram later. So I let TikTok simmer a little bit, and then I cross post to Instagram, and then from there, because I feel like their algorithms are so different, I kind of learn where, like, I don't know, because I started 6 months ago. So I didn't have a particular niche. I'm trying to niche it down. And what I've seen that people have stuck with is the like skits of like relatable comedy, especially on Instagram. I've noticed that sounds work better on Instagram, whereas more like talking videos do better on TikTok.
Right.
So I'm trying to find that balance to do on both apps, essentially.
Okay. And so it's fantastic. You leverage all the stuff that you do here. You're able to basically, like you say, almost cross-pollinate and make it work in the other.
And cross-pollinate, yes.
As it were. You like that. So what got you started in this field though? Like I know we're like, it's so saturated of everyone doing content. And of course it's like, you know what, I'll give it a stab. But you're actually good at it. I gotta tell you, good at the specific niche and stuff. So did you know you had a funny bone early on and your parents say, hey, why don't you get on that TikTok, honey, or Instagram? You ought to give it a stab, you know?
It's so funny because growing up, I felt like my humor was so different from everyone else's. And I just didn't find like my audience that understood my humor or found it as funny as I do. And it kind of got to the point where I wanted to show more of my personality online because I want to be known for me, not a facade of me. And I just started putting in like little jokes here and there, a little bit of dark humor, something very witty, and people understood it. And I'm like, wait, am I funny? And I think I've come to the conclusion, Jim. I think I am naturally funny. I cannot do stand-up. Don't put me on the stage. Like I know no jokes.
Right. Not yet. Anyway. Not yet.
Remember, are you gonna put me up on stage?
We are. That's the next step. I think like it's baby steps. So you found this niche. You're good. You found that you got an audience for one thing. You have people watching.
Yeah.
And so okay, you're working at it. All right. It's like good fertile ground, right, as it were. And then over time, you realize, you know what? I can take it the next step and actually go on stage. It's not as frightening as you think. I think like first you start. Well, it's frightening. I'm not gonna lie to you. You're gonna die a couple of times, but then you're gonna be able to jump back on your feet. It's all continuity and just persistence and like everything else. You know, if you do it a few times, at first it hurts, and later, hey, you know what? I kind of like this. I like this. The rush. You know, it's a killer rush to be up there. And the other thing I think also, you start with a couple of people, like you go to open mics, and then the open mics grow like into tens and then tens of thousands. And then you're like entertaining people before you know it. But if you do just the, not to be, you know what, not to shoot down what you're doing though, because I'll be honest with you, you're already being successful at what you do. And this is a thing. Like a lot of people like, smaller life, bits and pieces and of humor. And that's what you deliver basically when you deliver your skits. And I think that's good because we like things that are quick and fast and yet carry a little message. And you carry those little messages with your innuendos and things that you say. Sometimes they're life kind of lifestyle hacks. Sometimes I see that you're like responding, or what would he respond, or where is he? I don't know where he's at, and that kind of thing. That's just here with your cat, right? Or with I've seen
my dog.
Your dog, sorry. And then
I
renamed your dog Cat. Just kidding.
Yeah, her name is Cat.
Cat. Oh, it is Cat. Oh my God.
No, it's not.
That was pretty good. Right? You saved me right there on the spot. we're talking about improvising, but no, it's really cool what you do. When do you realize, or how do you decide? What's the deciding factor on this is gonna hit? I think this is gonna be good. Like, who helps you formulate it, or do you just do it all by yourself and you just say, you know what, I'm just gonna throw it out there, see if it sticks?
I think it's a mixture. I think it's so funny, and I've seen other content creators say this, is that the videos that you work really hard on and the videos that you really want people to see usually flop. And it's the videos that you're like, I could delete this or I could put it out there, and then it goes viral. All of my
Right.
videos that have gone viral are the ones where I'm like, I think this is funny. I'm just going to post. And I'm
It's
like,
your
well,
bros. Do
it's
it.
out there. I have no regrets. But
I love it. Yeah.
I do have a friend. My best friend is established. She's an established content creator. She's more established than I am. So, and she's
Okay.
been doing this for a long time. And
Okay.
she kind of understands like the ins and the outs of it. So if I have like a message or something that I'm trying to get across, she knows my brain, but I can't, but sometimes I'm like, here's what I'm trying to say. I can't formulate a sentence, or I don't know how to portray it. And she's like, oh, how about this? And I'm like, you're amazing. You're my brain. You're beautiful. And
Like,
then we
wow.
kind of just, yeah.
Oh,
And
so you guys, it's great. You have someone you could gel with that can bounce off ideas, that sort of gets you, and it can also be that other side of you, like an extension of you almost, and helps
yeah.
you put the stuff together. It's fantastic. It's what Seth was to me in one of the podcasts that we had together, Seth Goldstein.
Mhm.
When was the moment you realized, all right, I'm going to continue to do this? Is it the first one that kind of got, and how much did you get? Like, what was the first one that you said, oh my God, it went over the hump, or like it exceeded my expectations?
There were these are the two videos that hit the millions. And it's so funny. I went back, I posted them on the same day.
Wow. Really?
Yeah, March 9th. And it's so
That's
funny
my
how the
birthday.
algorithm.
That's
Wait,
my
really?
birthday. Yes. Mother of God.
Really?
Where are you? Oh,
Wait, you're a Pisces?
yes.
I'm a Pisces Aries cusp, but I'm an Aries.
Right. My son's an Aries.
Happy
He's like,
birthday.
thank you. Likewise. Yeah. Fantastic. So you did that on your birthday. See, I knew it was a good like
I did it
charm.
on your birthday.
Wow. And it took off like insanely. Like it went up to like millions. That was the
It's
one,
so
huh?
funny how the algorithm works, because there are like pockets where um I was so excited when one of them hit 100K, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is amazing." And then since that one hit 100K, the other one would like boost. And I did not expect it to surpass 300K, and now one of them is over 5 million, the other one's over 2 million. It's mind-boggling to me. But
Yeah.
it's so
Yeah.
funny because there are pockets where they're kind of stagnant, and then mind you, I posted this 5 months ago. They are still like going viral at certain times. It's like every 3 weeks they surge again. And if one
Yeah.
like surpasses the other million mark, the other video will like boost. So it's so funny and interesting how
Because
the
people
algorithm.
comment. They comment on it, and then once again it reinvigorates it, right? It gets it started once again, right? If people comment
Yeah.
on it. That's
Yeah.
what's cool about it. So I'm hearing you out, Jessi, and I'm really excited and thrilled because I haven't really had anyone that's been like a TikToker, as it were, like we used to call back in the day the TikTokers. Someone that's you're obviously across the platforms, but it's cool. It's really cool to have someone else talk to me about. It's refreshing, like to talk about the
Oh.
ideas and stuff that you do. I started many years ago doing a TikTok, and like I was telling you, it started taking off.
Mhm.
And I had a TikTok
Mhm.
where I was giving money away for people. I was giving money away, and I was like going to help the corn men and corn, the corn guys on the street, and the fruit people and everybody out there, the vendors, And I saw some, and I felt bad for them. I asked them, hey, have you sold anything? No, not really. I haven't had any flies lurking around, let alone people. I'm like, dude, don't worry. I got you. And I give them money, and I would shoot
That's so kind
myself.
of
This for a
you.
while. Like, yeah. Thanks. And as you know, Pisces are very giving people. We love to
Yes.
help, and we're conscious in so many ways of society's problems, and we're trying to like help and reshape the wheel and help the people and help poverty and end poverty. So anyway,
Mhm.
I'm like, help this corn guy and then help this fruit guy. And I never forget, I shot this video. Yeah, I believe this, Jessi. The guy looked like he was, I don't know how I caught him, but I caught him like he was really sad, and then he turned like kind of like to look at me like, oh my God. Like I was delivering, the gospel or something great,
Yeah.
God, and like he felt like the ray of light that he was awaiting. And I had some water. It's like, hey man, I got some water. But when I filmed it, somehow I didn't do this on purpose. I captured him as though he was feeling bad for himself. He was down. But nobody realizes that because he was looking down. I didn't realize it later, after the fact. He was actually looking at his phone. But it looked like he was looking down, like he was down on himself. And then he saw me up. And when I came over to give him money, he was like, oh man, thank you so much, And I never forget, like after the fact that we watched it, I uploaded it. I was like, oh my God, that's what it was. It gives the illusion that he was waiting for somebody to come out and buy something, for crying out loud. And suddenly, lo and behold, this guy pulls up in the car and gives him money. And it changed the whole thing. And I got, for that one, I think it was at 150,000 views at one point. That was many moons ago. Yeah. And then it just shot me into like, okay, I'm gonna do this and help people. And then of course I get a lot of people shooting me back with the blowback was, oh, you're just trying to get clout. And in a way I was trying to do some cool videos and help people. Why not? But
why not do both,
Yeah. And then I stopped after a bit. I did. Like after the pandemic, I find so many other things I had to do where I slowed down. The videos are still up, but I'll probably shoot you the videos or one of the video or the old TikTok thing. But back to you. So let me ask you, what is the process like? Like you film, how long does the whole thing take?
Per video?
Like when per video.
It depends on the videos that, actually they're very quick. It depends on the video style that I want to do. If I do the lip syncing sounds where I have like a text above my head, that sometimes I can get in one take. If the only reason why I would retake it is if my lip syncing is off, if I like don't remember what the line is, or if I just don't like what my body is doing or what my face is doing in that take. Sometimes you can see me thinking and I'm like, I don't like that. Okay. I would say other videos, I kind of just do it in the moment. They're very quick. I try to stay in the moment. Like I have ideas of like, I need to write it down because it's just all in here, but I have ideas of like concepts of videos that would be good, but I don't execute it until that moment. And I'm like, ooh, how about this? This would be cool. And then I kind of just go from there.
How, let me ask you this. So do you ever get nervous posting? Do you ever feel like a little like self-conscious? Or was that in the beginning?
Not self-conscious. I think the only times I've been nervous is if what I am, like the text that I am saying, I'm like, is this too much? Because I don't want to make people uncomfortable. And I want them to understand it, but I don't want to make them uncomfortable. Usually I kind of go over it and I'm like, you know what? If I can't figure out a way to reword it, I'm like, I'm just going to post it. And if I get backlash, I'm like, I will apologize or I'll explain myself. But I'm like, I don't think, if anything, it's miscommunication. I'm like, I don't think I will get backlash. And it's nothing bad. It's just like, I never want to make people uncomfortable.
Right. That's sweet of you. Do you feel, thank you for that. Do you feel like when you go, do you think you give away sometimes things that are too personal or like place yourself in vulnerable positions at times?
I'm glad you asked that because I try to, in order for me to portray myself and not a facade, I try to use things that have happened previously in my life, years ago, things that are currently going on, but I don't try to be super specific. I try to be as vague and as relatable as possible because I want other people to latch onto it in whatever way they want to. So I never feel self-conscious. It's just that I'm like, if I'm talking about something that is currently going on, say with like another person, and they follow me on the platforms, I'm like, they could see this and they could ask me if this is about them. They could have an inkling that it's about them, but it'll never be like, this is blatantly about you. And it's never anything bad. Yeah, it's always funny. Yeah.
I know. So do you ever like you give I found some of your posts rather interesting also that and then you're kind of giving advice, you were all dating advice, and one of them was like what do you guys think like when you go out with a pretty girl, like, kind of that sort of thing. I noticed that. I and did you get any like feedback, and do you get a bunch of DMs as a result of these type of things where a lot of guys like try to DM you thinking, okay, she's really cool, she's gonna answer my call or whatever, I mean, because it
I
seems, yeah, go ahead.
No, you can finish your thought.
My thought was just, because okay, some people misunderstand, like, they say, oh, maybe she could just talk to me and I could tell her, just vomit everything that's been going on with my girlfriend and I, or kind of thing. Then she could really help me out with that. Or maybe she just seems so cool and friendly. She might just answer everything I got to say. We become friends, kind of thing. I mean, do you ever get weird
Mhm.
people like that out there?
I I would say it's so funny because the women comment publicly, and
Right.
then the men are usually in my DMs. And sometimes I don't see them because they go in like their request box. But every
Oh
once
yeah.
in a while, I check the request box, and I'm just like, okay, noted. Like it's there. I usually don't respond because um, sometimes there's nothing to respond to. Like whatever they said doesn't warrant a response, or it's just something that I wouldn't feel comfortable responding to. So
Cool. And if you think like, do you find that in doing your videos, obviously it's so fulfilling for you because you like to get response. It's usually a positive one, and people like your stuff, and they keep
mhm.
watching, keep visiting. Um, do you find that it's kind of a drug? Do you find it kind of like a drug where you want it? Like, I want to keep doing this because I love the response of people, and the fact that you're also very respectful in most of your videos, across the board. That excitement. I mean, is it like something you crave day in day out? Because how sometimes in order for us to continuously do something, you might ask me, like, what is your why? Why do you do this? I
Mhm.
love to talk and I can't shut up. That's part of my wife says, dude, you could do a podcast or do something, talk to people. It's therapeutic. So
Yeah.
I enjoy what I do day in, day out. I've been doing it for a very long time. And when I used to drive limos, I used to interview, Vanessa Hudgens, you name it. I would talk to them. So what do you think about this? So what do you think about that? And it was kind of I kind of crave to talk to people, if it makes any sense. I don't know if I'm making any sense.
No, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah. So do you feel like when you do the videos, like I want to keep doing this, or is it like to satisfy your own personal craving? I guess is what I'm trying to get at. Or is it to also accomplish that you're making them laugh, or is it kind of half and half? Like you're getting satisfaction of making your videos and making and being funny, and you're actually making them laugh, so you get a good response. So it kind of works symbiotically. Is that how this thing is?
I would say it's a little bit of both. I think altogether, my why is
Yeah.
to I want to help people. I want
Yes.
in any way that I can, and I think especially right now in this day and age that we're in, like this would be the way to do it. And I want to make them feel things. I want to make them laugh. I want them,
Right.
like if they're having a bad day and one of my videos makes them feel better and they have a better day
Right.
after it, that makes me feel so good. I just
Right.
want I just want to help other people, but also like this is something that I love to do. So it's like we're all taking from this cup that is always full, and it never empties. And I don't know, I think it's become a part of my daily routine. It's not something that like I dread doing. I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna post it. Or it honestly it really helps with my creativity. It helps
Yeah.
um
You
spark
feel alive
conversation.
whenever you do
I
this.
feel alive. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like people that I've seen like in my real life and I haven't seen them in a while or I'm just meeting them or something. Sometimes they're like, "Oh, I've seen your videos." And they like think of like a specific one and they tell me like that video is very funny. And it really helps me because I'm like, now I know what you relate to. Because obviously like I want to make videos that everyone can relate to, but I
It's
can't
almost
talk
tailor made
everything.
for certain people that might need it. It's tailor made for women also. Because I
Yeah.
also noticed you work with brands like the honey pot, right? And
Yes.
that's so cool. How do those partnerships? I mean, how did they come to you, or was it something that by sheer coincidence, or how did you run into this wonderful thing?
It was sheer coincidence because they reached out to me, and I sometimes, and I'm really working on this. Sometimes I get imposter syndrome
Yeah,
because my engagement is really good, but my following is not as good because I just recently started this account less than a year ago, and then I started
another
becoming
account.
on Instagram, and I
Right.
started becoming consistent 6 months ago. So if you think about it all together, 6 months and you have like a couple of videos go viral, that's really good. But also, I know what my end goal is. And because I'm not there yet, I don't know. It was just imposter syndrome because I'm like, I knew I was going to get to that point where I would have brand deals, but I thought it wouldn't be now. It would be in the future or in the near future, even. So if anything, I was shocked. And I was like, yes, absolutely, I'll do it. I would love to partner with you. But I was also like, wow, like I'm getting this even though my following count isn't where I would want it to be right now because I had to start over.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah.
like, I started using the honey pot during COVID. Like that's a brand that I've personally have been using for years and I
Uh-huh.
love them. And like even before I worked with them, like I was telling other women like, hey, like this brand is really good. It's all organic. They don't use any of like the toxic chemicals that other brands use.
I
Um,
gotta look into that. I'm a guy, but I gotta look at maybe my wife and I. Honey pot. And it's women focused brand. It's just great. You're uplifting women, man. I love that. To tell you the truth.
Thank you.
I'm gonna look into that. Lately I've been putting saliva on my face. Uh, Depends what I ate the night before. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, the honey pot, it sounds like maybe I ought to look into that. Tell you the truth, and it's good. I mean, because like you said, it doesn't have like all the toxins and all the other stuff that
Yeah.
melded into these products. Uh, Let me ask you, how do you stay grounded while you're relishing in all this success?
um, I I try to stay as humble as possible, but I also try to celebrate my winnings
It wins, yeah.
when when they're due. And I I don't know. I To stay grounded for me is I know where I am at and what I want to do, and I know where I'm going to be in the future, and I have like a plan of how to get there, what it looks like. So I
Cool.
just need to be happy and humble with where I am now. But if other people come and talk to me about it, it's not that I get uncomfortable. It's just I am in awe because I'm like,
You're
you
awestruck, yeah.
see that? Like that's amazing. And I just can't help but sometimes I'm just silent and I'm like at a loss of words. And I'm like, you're so sweet. Thank you for all these kind words.
So you
Um,
see people in person? Have you had like the first person to hit you up and say, "Oh my God, you look like the girl on TikTok that does this thing"? The other day, where my little sister and I were watching, and then we noticed that you were there. Pardon me, are you so and so?
Sometimes, or like
Yeah.
sometimes it's like new people that I meet.
Mhm.
And we end up like exchanging Instagrams, and then if I see them again, then they like bring it up as well. They're like, "Oh, this video I really liked," or they're like, "Oh, I didn't realize that you did that," because I never bring it up unprompted. If people
Right.
ask, I'll be like, "Yeah," but for me, it's like it's just something that I love to do.
I love it. I embrace you in many ways. I think you're awesome. What you're doing, and your collabs, and your posts are very funny, hysterically funny.
Thank
Surprisingly,
you.
one of those had me in stitches, and I was like, "Oh my God, how funny is this?" It's really, really hysterical, and I think like um, that's what's cool, because, like you said, at the end of the day, you're infecting people, you're affecting them, and it's infectious. What you do, and
Yeah.
perhaps you can get younger people started. That maybe thought I couldn't do it, and just by watching you, I learned I could do this. And honest to God, I kind of jumped on this bandwagon. Like when I saw that, I jumped on the bandwagon later with the kind of responses and I think it's phenomenal, this whole thing that you're doing, because really before I never really did those. I used to watch other stuff like more prank in the way of pranks. I've always been a prankster myself, but this is more like it's very thought provoking. It's witty. And it's almost like you're really, really thinking this. It's cool. I mean, some of the stuff. You guys got to watch this. I mean, she's phenomenal. Jessi Sims. I'll leave your name up there so people can see it. We're not quite done yet. Don't get your hopes up. But
don't go away yet.
Don't go away yet. We're just getting started here, warming up. No, we got a few more minutes actually. But yeah, I was going to tell you when you were watching some of the people that maybe inspired you to, like, who would you say, content creators on TikTok and Instagram, anyone that in particular stands out in your mind?
I love Addison Rae. Right now, her main focus is music, but she got her start on TikTok, and I just feel, I don't know, like, when you have that one person, and it may sound parasocial, but you have that one person or celebrity that you feel like your lives are kind of aligned, and you can just relate so much to them. Like she knew where she wanted to go, and she knew that TikTok was the way to get there. And then once she made for herself, she was like, I want to do movies. I want to do music. I want to dance. And
sky's the limit, right?
Herself. Yeah. And that's something that I want to do. Like, I want to make a name for myself, and I want my name to be my brand. And I want people and I want people to know me for me and my personality and what I can provide. So that is one that I have always loved. Most recently, I really like Alex Earl, because whenever I say whenever I think of a content creator that is her own brand, it is Alex Earl. Like she's not, like, she's very beautiful, but she's not always put together. Like, she has her podcast called Hot Mess or something, and she just portrays just something that she's not always put together. And I really like that. And I love how she's partnered with other brands that I enjoy. She's done commercials. She has her own brands. She's helped with scholarships. And that's something that I want to do. Like, whenever I make it, I want to give back to my family and to the community as well.
Right. That is phenomenal. I think at the end of the day, your end goal is to make it really big and diversify in so many areas that you can. You could probably do. I could see you doing acting because you're already working on acting. Do you take acting classes by chance? You have?
I used to, not at the moment. I do have a degree in it though.
So okay, because I could see it. I could see it in some of your work. How about music? Is that something that interests you as well?
I would need voice lessons, but I could dabble.
Okay,
I would be interested.
I think we can provide those for you. But would you believe if I told you that I can turn into a rock star right now, like an awesome singer? Would you believe me if I told you? You could do that in a minute.
I'll take your word for it. I'll take your word for it, Jim.
Right. Okay. Because I was about to ask. Wow. You're good. So that's we're kind of tying all the loose ends, or kind of full circle, and I want to obviously end on top. Top side. What is something you can tell the next generation of people that are trying to dabble in content creation? How do they figure out what niche they want to get into, or how do they go about, even younger girls perhaps?
Figuring out niche, it's all, I would say, start vague and broad and work your way in and figure out whatever, like, try everything. Figure out what you're interested in, what you like to watch, just what you would want to show people. And if other people talk to you about it, you'd be excited to share about it and not embarrassed. So I don't know. You need to figure out what the audience attaches themselves to, but also mainly focus on what you want to do and what you want to portray. And what makes you happy? I think whatever makes you happy. And I think you just have to not worry about what other people think and just post it. I'm very impulsive. So sometimes I just press post before I let myself talk me out of it.
Yeah. Wow. Thank you. Wow, that is nuts. I do the same thing with a lot of different things, and I find that it's great because we give ourselves permission to be flawed. We give ourselves permission to be human,
Yeah.
permission to just try
Yeah.
things out. And I think we do
Yeah.
that. Take no prisoners, go all out, go for broke. I think it's one of the most
Yeah.
wonderful things happen when you allow them to organically take shape. So having
Yeah.
said that, it's such a pleasure speaking with you this evening, Jessi. Jessi, I am beyond excited and happy for what the world holds for you, the future holds for you. I can see a bright future ahead of you. And oh, your social media handles. Let's see. Is this? Am I pretty good with this? Is
Yes.
that right? Is that on
You're
money?
amazing. This is
Yeah.
correct.
And I said, "Your wish is my command." And just voila. But I just wanted to just thank you. Yeah, I can't thank you enough to being on here because it inspires me to probably get wacky and try some more TikToks. If nothing else,
You
try to.
should,
Yeah, maybe
if you want to.
yeah, exactly. If I find the time, rather, I'd ask my wife for
Yeah.
permission.
Yeah. It's a
I
busy
hope you have a
life.
blessed. It's a busy life, right? Um, I
Yeah.
hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening. And
Thank
pretty soon this will drop, and I'll be pretty excited to see it
you.
play back. But yeah, we're gonna just go ahead, guys, and follow Jessi Sims. That's my show for today. Almost Famous Radio Podcast with Jim Francis Meza. Beyond excited. Thank you so much for coming on. Thank you so much once again. Have a blessed rest of
Oh,
your
bye,
your dog.
everyone.
Your dog.
Yeah, this is Sage.
What's your dog's name?
Sage, like the herb.
Sage. Okay, very sage. It came in very wise, right? The wise sage came
Very
on
well.
toward the end. Very cool. What a way to end the show. Thank you so much. God bless. Take care. So
Bye.
goodbye until we meet again. Bye bye.